In this video, we're going to look at the second half of our notes for proportions and percents. So our guided notes part 2. Percent increase measures the amount at which something increased by. So we would do amount of change divided by the original amount times 100. A house sold $350,000 in 1995, sold for $427,000 in 2018. So how much did the cost of the house change? We would have to subtract to find the difference, to find that the house changed $77,000. What is the percent increase? We would do 77, or the change, over the original amount, which was $350,000. When we do this division, we get 0.22, but again, if it's asking for the percent increase, we would have to multiply by 100, which is going to swoop our decimal 2 places, giving us a total of 22%. Percent decrease measures the amount at which something decreased by. So we would have the amount of change divided by the original amount, again, times 100 to make it a percent. So a car was purchased for $24,000 in 2013, is now valued at $19,920. How much did the value of the car change? So first we would have to subtract our original amount minus the new amount. So that would be how much our value changed. Then to find the percent decrease, we would have to divide that amount by the original. So it was originally purchased for this amount, and that is what we would divide by. When we do that division, our answer will be a decimal. We have to change our decimal to a percent by multiplying it by 100. Whenever we multiply by 100, that swoops our decimal 2 places. So this would be a 17% decrease. Simple interest is a method of calculating interest on a loan. We find it doing I equals PRT. So the I stands for the interest, or the money created in dollars. P is the principal, which is the starting amount of money. R is the interest rate per year, which has to be written in decimal form, and most times it'll be given to us as a percent. And then time is the money, the time the money is invested or borrowed, and it has to be in years. So if they were to give me 6 months, we know that would be half of a year. Anything in months would have to be converted to years. So a student borrowed $1,500 for textbooks at 3% interest. They pay back the loan in 5 years. Our first step would be to change the 3% to decimal form. Okay, we would swoop, technically we're dividing by 100, which swoops our decimal 2 places to the left. So 3% would be the same as 0.03. To calculate the simple interest, we would then plug that into the formula. So we have, again, P times R times T. So the principal was the starting amount that we borrowed, times the rate, which is now written in decimal form, times the amount of time in years, which is 225. So that would be an additional amount that had to be paid in addition to the $1,500 that they borrowed. Our last word is percent error. This is a mathematical way of showing accuracy, or how correct something is. So we have approximate minus exact divided by exact. We want the absolute value of approximate minus exact. We would want that to be a positive number. Sometimes we'll also see this as observed minus expected divided by expected. So let's look at this one here. Sandra invited 20 people over for a dinner party. Only 18 guests showed up. What is the percent error? So to start, we have the observed minus the expected. We expected 20 people to show up, only 18 did. But again, we want the absolute value of that, divided by how many we expected to show up. So 18 minus 20 is -2, divided by 20. But again, the absolute value of -2 would be a +2. So 2 divided by 20, which is 0.01. Again, if we want percent error, we have to change our decimal to a percent by multiplying by 100. Times 100 would swoop our decimal 2 places, so we would have a 10% error. You can use this video to help you with the independent practice.